Hello, my name is Simmer Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to a very special speed build. Today we are going to be building the house for my short lifespan legacy challenge. If you don't know what legacy challenges are, you play 10 generations in The Sims, and for a short lifespan, you make sure that your lifespan is set to short in your game options. So we are just going to be building a starter home here, which is kind of tailored to our legacy founder. Now it is loosely for her. I didn't want to build like something too perfect for her so she'd be making money right away. Again, the whole point of legacy challenges usually is to build up their income with your first generation, almost rags to riches if you want to do that, or start from the $20,000 starter funds and really go from there. Try to build up your generational wealth, or whatever your goals may be. So we are building in New Crest today, and this is one of those smaller, I think this is one of those smaller 20 by 15 lots. I really like building tiny houses on these lots, but I didn't want to do a tiny house for this one. That wasn't my goal. It does end up being a tier 1 tiny house in the end, just literally because happenstance it was pretty small. That's what I could afford. So we did end up making it a tier 3, I guess it is tiny home, the biggest of them, so like the 100 tile one or something like that. And I don't think there's a whole lot of things that we'll gain from that. I think it's like a positive moodlet or two or something relatively minimal like that. It's nothing too great, but figured why not, since we're small, might as well use it. I do kind of think what I'm going to do with this legacy challenge is I'm going to move a lot, maybe not a lot, but my goal is to kind of furnish this world, maybe not necessarily with the sim, but maybe build a house here and then have her move when she's a little bit more well-to-do, and when she's ready to expand, or maybe gets a significant other or has a kid, whatever. I figure we'll move lots rather than rebuilding or expanding. So I didn't have a plan for this build in mind, so as I was putting it down, you saw me do the box tool, the room tool, to make the shell of the building. I really did that on purpose because it is much easier to plan a layout when you have no idea what you're doing, by just building it room by room. So we have this little like entry space, and then we're going to walk into the kitchen, and then just off the kitchen we'll have a little living space. I do not have a dining space in this house, which I really don't like that I didn't have it in here, because I usually do. I usually enjoy having like a little dining space, but you can't have it all, especially in a tiny house or when your budget is only $20,000. So, have to work in our parameters. So we're just going to build this little space here. This is our little kitchen. I'm going to take this moment to voice a complaint. Why is it that when you put countertops against a wall, they do the automatic little backsplash? Luckily, this swatch of the counter doesn't do it, but a lot of them do, especially the base game ones, and it's really annoying. Like, it's really annoying. Here we are. We're just going to try to get a table in, and I'm gonna scrap this idea because, as you can see, this space is too small. Second question: why is it that I can't mix island and regular counters and cabinets? It's really frustrating because if you put them together, or you try to, they aren't the same size. Like, they're not the same depth, I think. So they don't fit together, and you can't like mix and match them. Like, I couldn't do that corner piece as an aisle, so I had to, or an island, so I had to build it out. Like, it's anyway. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm glad you get it, because I don't understand what I'm saying at the moment. But my point is, counters are annoying. Counters are annoying. Second, I could not pick colors for this build to save my life. You're going to see me switch it up a little bit. I really wanted to do like this blue color from the Dream Home Decorator. I believe that's a Dream Home Decorator chair. It may be a tiny living chair, but I really liked the armchair, that little blue armchair. And I just like that was the color I wanted, and I liked this yellow, but I couldn't find another yellow that matched it. Again, what is up with color swatches in this game? Like, can we just have like a little bit of consistency? Like, just a little bit. And you know why it's so hard for me to build starter homes? Because I want to do things like this. I want to clutter the space up. I want to put in candles here, and I end up having to delete them later because I can't afford to have little decorative items. And that's why I can't do starter homes, because all I want to do is decorate and clutter. But yeah, that's my foible. Anyway, so we're gonna come over here. I actually am gonna change the color of this little like desky thing. I don't like how it looks later with the dark blue, so it ends up being like a light blue. Yeah, but it's really cute. And then we're gonna have like this little entry space. I really like to have like a chair or something to like maybe put your shoes underneath. Some space for you to like sit down and take off your shoes. I feel like that's very realistic. I need that like in my house. So right now I usually put my shoes on at the stairs because they are near the front door, and you know, gotta put my shoes on before I leave. And I'm not gonna put them on upstairs and then walk down the stairs in my dirty shoes. So. And you know, I have to have some of my shoes upstairs because I have so many pairs of shoes, they can't all be downstairs. Anyway, I digress. So the color scheme in here, that was the whole point of this conversation in the first place. The color scheme in here is going to be that like navy color and then like light blue and a little bit of a pastel pink, because that's such a cute color scheme, and I don't think that would really be the color in someone's house. However, it's the color of our girl Loraine Miller's house. Loraine is a painter, or at least she wants to be a painter. She fancies herself a painter. She likes all things creative, music, art, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes she gets a little tired and exhausted from doing all of her creative things, all of her creative outlets, because she is a perfectionist. So she finds it a little bit difficult to really achieve the look of things in art that she wants, because she always thinks she can make it just a little bit better, just a little bit better. And the more she works, the harder the crafts seem to be to enjoy. So one of the things I think we're going to do with our girl Loraine is we're going to start with painting, because painting is so fun and it's a very good way to make money in The Sims. However, I think, you know, our perfectionist queen will find it very challenging to pick up this new skill and not instantly be creating perfect art, beautiful masterpieces that sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. So she's going to fixate on one creative outlet, and then when that creative outlet becomes too overwhelming and her perfectionism becomes too much, she decides to ditch that one and find her next creative outlet. At least in my mind at this moment, that's where I see this Let's Play going for this first generation. And you know, you may be thinking, you know, if she's a perfectionist, then she's going to want to perfect her crafts. She's going to want to become better. She's not going to want to give up on her art and things. And I would agree with that, except for the fact that she is also a little erratic. So that will definitely have for some fun gameplay, I am sure. So as you can see, we are almost done decorating this living space. Again, it is very cluttered. I have a tendency to do that. As you can see, we just had to delete all those upper cabinets because I spent too much money and we can't afford a bathroom or decorations in the bedroom. So we're just going to plop down some furniture in here and call it a day pretty much. And then we'll move on to the bathroom. I feel like it may be kind of realistic to do something like that, at least for me, how I imagine it happening when I eventually move out, because I do still live at home, in case you didn't know that. Pity moment for myself. Anyway, I imagine that when I move out, I will want to furnish that living space. You know, when guests come over, they like look at my space and it looks like I'm so put together and everything's so nice. And then like you go into my bedroom and I have like a bed and a dresser and that's it. That's how I imagine it working out for me when I eventually move out. So this seems realistic that her, at least to me, it seems realistic that her living space is a little bit more done and put together than her actual bedroom. Anyway, so we're just going to throw some paint on the outside of the house, and I really like that combo of the wood and the brick. I'm sorry that I talked through it when we're not talking about that, but here we are. I really like this sink from the Parenthood pack, but it really frustrates me that there isn't really a matching swatch to it on the countertops. You're supposed to put it like with other ones, so it doesn't look quite so odd that, you know, like the sink is white and then the counter next to it is black. So, you know, eventually we'll put more counters in so that it doesn't look so out of place, or maybe we'll change it in game. I don't know. I just imagine that like we're gonna add more to the build and make it more of our girl Lorraine's. You know, maybe add some of her paintings up. Maybe add, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe she gets into photography at some point. I don't know. I look forward to trying out new things in this Let's Play. And that being said, if you have any ideas for this Let's Play, please let me know. Please let me know what you want to see Miss Loraine get into and get up to. At this point, we are running very low on funds, so we are going to rely on debug landscaping for our exterior here. Hopefully, maybe we can change some of this out, or maybe we leave it. Maybe we remember our roots. Like I said, I do plan on moving her throughout this Let's Play. Upgrading her house, moving her into something bigger instead of expanding on the house. So maybe we leave all the debug landscaping so that we remember where we've come from. It's good to look back and remember how far you've come, and we'll look back and say, wow, look at all those debug bushes. We couldn't even afford real, quote unquote, real landscaping. So look at us. Look at us. We will have grown so much by then. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And like I mentioned, we're going to need to buy things. I, for example, did not buy her an easel, did not get her any instruments, nothing like that. So I figured in our first episode of the Let's Play, we'll have to do all of those things, pick what we're going to be doing for her, all those things, like what her career's going to be, what have you. So the house is, like I said, quite boring, and I expect that we're going to have to do a lot of upgrading. I didn't even get a computer in here. It's going to be so hard for us to do some stuff because we're not even going to be able to have a computer. Oh well, it'll be fine. There are libraries, there's all sorts of things, so it's okay. I do plan on doing a couple of builds for this neighborhood and for this Let's Play and for this save. So if you have any ideas of what we should do, let me know. If you have ideas or if you have builds that you want to maybe see if I like for this neighborhood. It is a new save, but since it is a new Let's Play, so we really need to upgrade all the worlds. So I'll probably get in a couple of my builds, my favorite stuff, and then I will definitely do some upgrading as we go. And not just of the house, but the worlds in general. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. So we are almost done here with this build. We're just in the last little bit of decorating. Again, I didn't do a whole lot because I wanted to expand on it later. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you come back next week for our first episode of the actual Let's Play. And I'm sending you all of the positive vibes, all of the good energy, and happy simming.